going, y'all? Made some headway on the Mustang. Wanted to show you guys where we're at. Got the 408 in it with the PRC heads. Got the Holley high ram, lower half with the shear fab, the water, the air cooler on it, the big mouth 102 throttle body, and the VS Racing turbo. I can't remember what it is. You got the remote water pump and belt driven fuel pump set up. I made a jack stand to hold the turbo. I got to do the piping and all that good stuff, and run the tubing to the Maven mount. So I'm bringing you a little closer and show you where it's all at. So you can see the nice shear fab intake on the Mustang. This car's the planets. You can see my little. So the makeshift or the Maven mount is threaded 1/2 inch MPT. So I had this jack stand that was missing the upper. So I picked up a piece of 1/2 inch MPT black pipe. It's like 24 inches, and I cut about 3 inches off of it and tack welded it to the jack stand to hold it for me in the position that I want. And then on the side of the Maven mount, you can see the recess. Bend a piece of 1 inch tubing from there on the recess over to this steel plate that I made to mount the Aeromotive fuel pump. And it's also, that plate is going to be partial turbo mount, fuel pump bracket, and then the tensioner for the alternator, because we're running the F-body setup. So the alternator, to get the belt spacing right, the alternator, the bracket was originally for this side, but it won't go back far enough. So I just had some 1/2 inch spacers. They're aluminum, bolted through, and then I got this adjuster off of the ITC billet set. I'm going to tap a hole in this 1/4 inch plate, and then we'll just be able to, we'll measure it all the way in for the belt, and then we'll just be able to turn that out and put tension on it. Now we're running the Messery Enterprise, I believe it is, water pump. Puts out like 55 gallons an hour, I believe. And then this turbo is from VS Racing. I believe it is the biggest one they offer. I mean, she's a hog. You can see her in there. I made the training mount for the power glide. Everything's pretty much set up. I got to do the wiring, of course, and I got to do the turbo piping, the wiring, make some lines, hook the shifter up. We got to call in the drive shaft, and then we'll pick it up, get the drive shaft in it. Got the 140 pound an hour injectors, I believe, 160 maybe even. Yeah, 160 pound an hour injectors. I'm not even sure what brand those are. The guy that owns the car picked them up at Jigs and brought them to me, so hopefully I can get the data for them for the Holley. But the hood ain't going to close at all. If we would have went with a low ram, we probably could have squeezed the cow hood on, but we're probably going to end up having, he's talking about wanting to cut the hole out, so that'll probably be the option. I don't know if that's going to be permanent or temporary. We'll see. Once we get the hood closed, we'll have more of an idea how high it's going to stick up. But more than likely, a lot charge piping is going to have to be cut into the hood as well. But a little update video. I haven't made very many. I've been slacking on the YouTube. I need to set the camera up and start filming while I'm doing the stuff. I get a lot more content, probably a few more subscribers. But I post plenty of pictures on Instagram, so if you want to follow the build, go check out my Instagram. That's it for now. I mean, I guess I can show you guys the other truck I'm working on for a guy, 87 C10. It's a nice little setup, needs some paint correction. Got the interior's decent in it. It's a 4.8. It's kind of dark in there, so you can't really see it. I got it's drive-by-wire set up. I pretty much just got to get this truck tuned, get the AC working on it, tidy up the wiring from the previous guy that did it, and then we're going to do some paint correction on it. Just some basic tidying up so the guy that owns it could buy it. I mean, drive it. He pretty much bought this truck the way it's set, and he's had a little bit of work done to it. Had some guy, it's an 87, so he could have just got away with dropping the freaking in-tank fuel pump in it. But for some reason, the guy that previously worked on it welded bungs in the tank, and they're using an inline pump, which hopefully I can talk him into getting rid of that, and we'll do a drop-in fuel pump and just cap them bungs off. But I might make some content on that, possibly. Take it for a cruise once we get it tuned up, see how it runs. But the Mustang, we're shooting for big power, so definitely get some dyno footage of it when we get it. I'm saying within 2-3 weeks, probably. This thing should be ready to go. It's moving pretty fast now that I got piles of parts. There's a few things we're missing, but for the most part, it's pretty much all here. So, like, subscribe, follow along, y'all. See you on the next one.